Quick warning to anybody that loves the idea of refurbing rigs. You need to make sure you know what you're doing. The voltages inside these rigs are, yes, deadly. So you proceed at your own risk. You make sure you know what you're doing. And if you don't know what you're doing, you make sure you find someone that does to show you what to do. I'd hate to see something horrible happen to anybody. 7.3, let's get on with the video. Say hello to my new little friend, the Yaesu FT101E. Hi folks, and welcome to a third installment of the Yaesu 101E refurb. Now in the previous videos, we looked at getting power to the rig. I didn't have a Cinch Jones connector, so we wired up so that we could plug it into the mains, and link to that video below. We've also installed a CW filter, which I got online, which I'm very, very happy about and very excited about. Link below to that video as well. And in this video, we are going all out, pimping this rig hard. So folks, stick around and let's watch that mayhem unfold. We've removed the screws so that we can take this front bevel off the rig. Oh boy, have I got dastardly plans for this piece of metal. Lots of red in the station. Now, if you are watching this video, I'm assuming you enjoy this content, and a good number of you have hit that subscribe button, and I say a huge thank you to the people that have done that. To the people that haven't, I'd really, really appreciate it if you could reach down and smash that subscribe button like it's a push to talk or a CW key. I thrive on external gratification. And if you do that, my promise to you is that I will endeavor to improve my production values and to find exciting things to show you in the ham world. And one of those exciting things in an upcoming video will be this rather hefty box that's arrived in the mail. And there's a story to tell on this as well, because it's cost me more than it should have, not because of the person that's made the kit, but because of my stupidity, essentially. It is the T41 EP kit. It's an SDR transceiver kit. Walt from Coastal Waves and Wires has put me onto this. So thank you, Walt, for my upcoming divorce that's going to happen when my wife sees the bill from this. But all jokes aside, I am hugely excited about building this kit. So video production may decrease in the next few weeks, maybe months, as I build this kit. But I'm hugely excited about building this, and I will try and share progress on this as well as other things that will inevitably happen in the shack. So I shall see you in the next exciting video. Let's go back to this one. A nice little highlight. This is our bezel, and it's had numerous sprays, but I am just thinking one more light spray is not going to do it any harm. Get a nice layer, especially on the corners. And then tomorrow we do the black. So normally this would have been a dark grey and the case would have been a light grey from what I've seen. But I have a lot of red in the shack, and I was just thinking, why be conservative? And I just went to J-Car and picked up a few extra things to give it even more bling. So anyone that's a purist, please look away. Now, spraying at night would normally not be a good idea because of the temperature, but we have had the warmest spring day in Sydney for a good number of years. It was like 30 degrees and it's still very warm. It's up in the mid-20s even now. We have removed this board here. I think it's called the inverter board. And there's a whole slew of capacitors on here. which we have purchased from various places. And the plan is to at least recap this board, and slowly, I know that capacitor changing is like the bloodletting of the 21st century, but we're going to try this medieval treatment, at least on this board, and then we'll see how we go. We have also replaced the main high voltage capacitors as well. So I just thought in this area here, we'll have a crack at changing a few of these things and see how we go. Ouch! That hurt. Interesting. Top is not bulging, but bottom is a bit. So it might be a good thing that this is coming out. The never-ending debate, do we pull them all out and replace them, or do we do them one by one? I'm a one by one person, and sometimes the markings on the PCBs are not clear, and even worse still, sometimes they disagree with what was actually put in. So note the position, note the polarity, change, go to the next one. Ready to reinstall and rock and roll. Now the plan is to inject a signal into my FT101E just to see whether the transmit relay is causing any attenuation. Now, once upon a time you needed a big communications tester with a signal generator and a spectrum analyzer and all that great stuff to be able to do a lot of these alignments and these tests. Well, a lot of this stuff is now in the remit of the hobbyist via things like the Tiny SA and the Nano VA. You can do so many things, and not only is the Tiny SA a spectrum analyzer, but it's also able to be operated as a signal generator. Now, we need an S9 signal, which is a 50 microvolt signal for HF, and what we do is we put in minus 73 dBm, and that gives us 50 microvolts. So what we're going to do is tap on the screen, go to mode, go to signal generator. We make sure the low output is on. We can set our frequency later, but we're going to over here at the moment go minus 10 dB, go down, and then we're going to go, let's go plus 10 dB until we get up to our minus 73. So that's minus 83, minus 73 dBm. Okay, now I was going to show you exactly how to do all this testing of the transmit relay to see if there's a signal attenuation happening due to the contacts being corroded or dirty. But I'm not going to bore you with the details because I learned how to do this from a fantastic video online. And as you all know, I like to give credit where credit is due. So link below to a video titled Transmit Relay Yaesu Testing. Okay, so jump on that and have a look at that, because not only does it show you how to work out whether there is a problem, and I pretty much realized that my relay is probably not worth taking apart because it isn't causing any attenuation when I bypass it, but he shows you if it is causing attenuation, what that looks like and how to fix it. So I would suggest you do that. But remember, like we said at the beginning of the video, voltages inside this rig are deadly. So you proceed at your own caution, and you need to make sure you know what you're doing and you're very extra specially careful. Hate to see you get hurt. Let's get back to the video. Now, it's always wonderful to have as many adapters on hand as you possibly can get, because there's nothing worse than trying to get yourself on the go and realizing that you don't have the connector that you need. So we've got, we need to go to B and C, female, and there you have it there. Female N to B and C, that'll go on the back of the radio, and we will be good to go. So I don't know if you can see it there. Maybe you can't. I've got the old SO239 on the back here with an adapter. So that gets us to B and C. And we have a nice piece of 50 ohm coax, which we'll screw on. Which is nice. I have to be very, very careful with the bottom of this radio because there is high tension exposed. And we don't want to get a nasty little zappy. Okay, that also needs an adapter on the end here. We can just go to another lead. Leads on leads on leads. Not an ideal situation, but hey, it's HF. It's not VHF. It's not the dark arts. Okay, so let's get everything out of the way and hope, because we actually haven't powered this up since we put the caps in, so we might actually have a potentially smoke-inducing event. Can I have a clear prop? Well, it's switched on. That's good. We're on the 40 meter band, which is also good. Lower sideband. Yeah, baby. So there you have it, folks. That's the meter now with a minus 73 dBm input. Let's bypass and see whether we're at about the same point. If we're at minus 20 with the bypass or thereabouts, I'm going to leave that relay alone. Okay, so what's happening here is we have a BNC antenna input just here. And what we're going to do is we're going to put an alligator clip on that. And then we're going to take that to the signal input, which is coming out of the back of the this SO239 here. And so we go to the center pin of that. And please don't get electrocuted. So we've now bypassed that that relay, and we'll switch it on and we'll just see whether we get a 20 dB or whether it changes. That is with the bypass in place. Let's just remove it and see what happens. Removed, no difference. So yeah, that confirms it. I'm happy the relay is doing what it should without compromising signal. We will continue on with our original programming. And we were missing the VFO, or part of the VFO knob, so we did some 3D modeling on Onshape. And I have access to some 3D printers for this very, very small part. So we printed this out, and now we've installed it on the VFO knob. And there it is, in all its glory. And we are just in the process of adding some bling. I have removed the lamps that are in here, and I'll hold on to them, so if anyone ever wants to resurrect them, they can. This is one of the bulbs. It's fitted in this folder up here, just up here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach 2 LEDs per bulb, and the LEDs, well, it remains to be seen what color they are. Why am I saying that? You'll have seen this at the beginning. A bit of bling, and I think a little bit of fun as well. So for the purists out there, yes, it's not the prettiest thing to do, but it's, you know, it's something that can be reversed very, very easily. Should anyone ever get this rig in the future and want to return it to its more original state. And these two will live right above the dial, the frequency dial. I have to make sure that they are close but not touching. Found them! Woohoo! Woohoo! Blue light disco, 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 whoop, whoop. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Yaesu FT101E hybrid rig. Woohoo!
Excellent, David. Yeah, once you find out how to do something properly, it's always better, isn't it? You don't have any success, or didn't have much success, and it's critical that you find exactly the right position to put this.
And as a wonderful side note from this recapping that I've done, I thought the tubes might be soft. I was getting about 50 watts out when it was fully tuned. Get a load of this. This is on the 200 watt scale. So we're getting up close to 90 watts. So much more power. And that's, you know, I can probably tweak a little bit more out of it than that even. So tubes are looking good. Rig is looking good. Let's get it into the lineup and maybe see if we can QSO on it. Maybe in an upcoming YouTube short. Well, thanks folks for sticking around right to the end of the video. The rig is in. I am going to have to try and adjust the heights of these things. Maybe make some feet that they can raise themselves up with, because this has a very high front on it to let the sound come out. I was going to put an external speaker on this, but I actually do like the sound out of this rig, believe it or not. So I'm probably going to leave it as it is. But as you can hear, it's ready to go. We're getting approximately 100 watts, 90 or so watts out of it. So I'm very happy about that. And I'll just let you listen. I have set myself up on VK5 ARG, my go-to SDR. I'm just going to put the microphone over near the speaker, and we'll swing the camera around. You can see the signal as it arrives over 1,000 kilometers away in South Australia. Have a great night. It's 11 o'clock. I'm going to bed.